guys, it is Return of Icey here, and today we are going to be playing From the Depths. From the Depths is, I guess an easy way to describe it would be like Minecraft mixed with naval combat and air combat and even space combat actually. But at the same time I really wouldn't want to describe it like that because this game is at the same time a lot different from Minecraft. So I guess you could say this game is pretty in-depth. I'm sorry, that was a scripted pun. I'm not even going to lie about that. So basically this game, or the campaign mode, which is what the Let's Play is going to be on, is where you start off in this tiny little fortress in the bottom corner of the world, basically, and you have to mine resources to build up your navy/army of your own designed vehicles and weapons and stuff, and use them to defeat the 8 other factions that are currently fighting for basically control of the planet. And these factions, I wouldn't really say progressively get harder, but they're like one easy faction that you start off at war against, and then there's some medium factions, then there's like 2 or 3 end factions that are just really hard. And even though I have probably over a good 500 hours at in this game, I'm still pretty much a complete noob. This game does have a pretty steep learning curve, but you can understand the basics in less than a day or so. But I'm just not the best when it comes to designing things in this game. So, guess I should have started off with this, but I am sorry for the 640p quality, but this game is still in early access and is not very optimized. Plus, I am using a pretty low power computer to be playing the game, and on top of that I'm even using a lower quality computer to record my low quality computer recording this very intensive game. So I guess let's just get right into it. Let me tell these people to stop texting me. Alright, sorry about that. I think we've got everything situated, so let's just start off. I am using a different profile than what I normally use to play this game, so I won't have any old designs laying around filling up my save space, and all of my levels are now back at 0, so yeah. As you level up, you can get skill points and attribute points that basically buff yourself, and you can use to unlock personal weapons for you instead of like generic weapons that you build on vehicles, which are based entirely off of how you build them. So of course I'm going to be playing single player, and I might save the story missions and the adventure mode for another time, but those are generally not, I'm just not good at them. Then in here is a vehicle designer where you can design ships with unlimited resources without having to worry about the enemies bearing down on you. And then let's just get right into the campaign, I guess. Alright, so we're going to be doing Quest for Neater, which is basically the original game mode thing. Yeah, can't English right now. Difficulty modifier, I'm gonna leave that how it is, because the way it works isn't the best. Basically, if you turn it up, you do less damage, and enemy has more health, and you turn it down, and you do more damage, and the enemy has less health. So that just seems kind of cheaty, so I'll leave it so that we're completely balanced. The growth factor, I'm going to leave it how it is, just because I'm still kind of bad at the design at the game. Resource given by enemy, I'm going to turn this down to about 0.5. That should be good. And then enemy design difficulty, I will just set the 1, I guess. Go to 1. So, I'm going to go with localized resource. That's only going to make the game harder for me, but I guess it makes it like more immersive, because basically with centralized resources, all of your resources can be accessed from anywhere at any time, and you don't really have to worry about it. With localized resources, you have to actually put thought into like resource storage and management and logistics and stuff, I guess. So yeah, let's begin the campaign. Wow, we're already 7 minutes into this and we just now started. So, right here is our little starting fortress. It's got a little cannon on here, a docking station, and a spawning station, although you don't necessarily need that. Then, over here is our little starter boat. It's not anything very special. It has a simple missile setup on it. It has a simple battery-powered engine, I think, with some basic resource storage and no AI, which is not good. So, pretty sure I'm gonna scrap this boat first off. So, yeah, in here is our fuel refinery, which converts our oil resource, which you can see at the bottom of the screen, into fuel, which our ships need for our engines to run. Right here is a radar dish. It does not need to be spinning, that's just for aesthetic purposes. And basically, you need these to reveal what's on the map. So we have captured just this tiny little area, and all of this is the map. Yeah, that is a lot of stuff to be worrying about. So, these are our resource gatherers. They are getting us our natural resource, our metal resource, our scrap resource, and not our crystal resource. I don't think so. I'm not sure. Down here is our engine, our oil storage, crystal storage, metal storage. These are repair bots, which do exactly what you would expect them to do, but you need to have resources on board for them to work, because we are playing with localized resources. Right here is our oil drills. They don't actually glow blue like this, that's just because of this little light they place there, which is also just for aesthetics. Then, in here is a basic electric engine, which is just the engine and 2 batteries. Right here is a crystal growth farm. I'm going to add on to that. Basically, let's just turn that up real quick. Ooh. I'm not using this because, yeah. Anyway, processed resources. I forgot, here's the crystal growth farm. So basically, the bottom block down here is the growth farm. Then as we put trays on top of it, it basically like grows crystals for us. And the more crystals we have, the more trays we can have, which makes our crystal growth faster, except it then, it basically needs crystal to make crystal, is what I'm trying to say. And we have at least something good with it. So right here is an advanced cannon, which is one of the weapon types you can build. Right now, it is a very basic setup, just with a firing piece and 2 ammo clips. I'm not sure what type of ammo it's using, so I might have to look around and try and find it. And here's our ammo storage and production. And these are automated control blocks to turn the processors on and off. Alright, up here is the shell that we are loading currently into the advanced cannon over there. Right now we are using a composite head and 2 heavy explosive warheads. For the time being, I think this will be okay, but I'm going to add on a base bleeder, or yeah, a base bleeder. Basically that will speed up the shell, which is good because you have to worry about bullet velocity. So I'm going to armor up this turret a little bit, just so it's a little more protected from enemy fire, because they're going to be going for this thing. I'm gonna go with metal, and use just metal blocks, because this isn't very big. So I'm gonna be fancy and put on some slopes to make it look extra good, because, you know, style is very important in this game. Not really. Any experienced player would stop me for saying that, but I care about it. So there's lots of variants of the blocks in this game. Yeah, I'm rambling a little bit. So we're just going to quickly fill this up with armor that matches the armor on the front, because why not? Good to have consistency, in my opinion. And we'll put blocks across the top. Then we can't put it there because there's a recoil absorber, which is pretty much purely for aesthetics. We don't need recoil absorption on a fortress. Now, with this fortress, it relies on engine power to keep it floating, which these little green things are doing. And the more engine power you have, the more you can use to power different stuff. Right now these engines are just kinda okay. I might improve upon them later. But right now that this is set up, we'll make sure it has an AI connection. I'm not sure where the AI is. And I need to find it. Actually, yeah, I need to find the AI so I can set it up to actually fire what I want to shoot at. And right here, there is a basic missile system. It uses a variable thruster, 2 fins, 2 fuel tanks, an explosive warhead, a 1 turn, and an infrared seeker. I'm going to replace the IR seekers with sorry, I forgot what they're called, laser designator receivers. Basically, because infrared seekers have lots of counters, like flares and just other active defenses like that. So we'll go to missiles, we'll get a 6-way connector, and build up. Like, yeah, that should be good, and then we will slap a laser emitter on there, and hopefully this has an AI connection, but I kind of doubt it. I'll put a little bit of metal around here to keep it more protected. Alright. That's good. So then, let me see if these have a AI connection. I need to find the local weapon controller if it has one. Here it is. So this does have an AI connection. I'm still not sure where the AI is hidden on this thing, which is not good because I kinda need it. One second. I genuinely have no idea where the AI is located on this thing. It shouldn't be that hard to find. Maybe up here? Alright, here it is. See, it's a good thing I found this because currently the AI does not have basically any way to control the left of the song. So I'll put on a left-right card slot. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to connect to the AI. It should have a connection. Let me try putting it right here. Okay. There we go. So we will put on a target prioritization card. And I don't really need to change any of these. Right now it's pretty good. So I'm going to quickly set up an anti-air gun, like maybe right here.
Just the race.
Let's see how much room I have down here. Yeah, this should be good. Let me clear off right here and start working. So let's put down a local weapon controller to have the gun put on top of. A failsafe so that we don't shoot ourselves to death. And I'll go ahead and give it its own personal AI mainframe so that it designates air targets instead of like boats, because this really needs to be geared towards air targets. Sorry. Target prioritization. We need to make sure that the altitude is set to max per block. Turn that up a little bit. This is okay. Per range, let's turn that down a little bit, and for speed, I'll turn it up a little bit because generally planes try to be fast. Alright, so now new object. I'm going to do a one-axis turret to keep things simple. So here's our turret. Sorry. I'm going to build an advanced cannon on here, like the one we have down there-ish, because it will just make life easier. So we're going to put on some 6-way connectors. I'll bring it up a little bit so that it's above our laser designator. So next we need a firing piece. I'm sorry guys. So first I need to put on a mantlet, and that way it will be able to actually aim up and down things. So we will put on the 2-meter anti-air mantlet, so the barrel will be able to aim basically anywhere on the smooth surface. So then we will put on a bore evacuator. It makes it work better, basically, and then a muzzle brake. I just put on the muzzle brake for aesthetic reasons because I think it looks cool. Then back here, we will put on a gauge increase, and getting that to work properly involves some mad Tetris skills. Not really, but yeah. So we'll put on a gauge increase, do a left-right splitter again, another gauge increase, gauge cooling unit here, left-right splitter here, that, then do gauge cooling units so that it will cool down faster. That's kind of self-explanatory, I think. Another left-right splitter, another cooling unit, and then I think that's good. Now I'll change this real quick so that we have like 3 barrels. Nah, let's have 6 so that we can raise the rate of fire real quick. Sorry guys. I'm just speaking a lot more than normal. Alright, so then I'll slap on a left splitter and do a few more gauge coolers for the heck of it, basically. Alright. I'll do another left-right splitter because Tetris. Left-right splitter. And cooling units. There we go. That's nice. And right here, I will put on a laser targeter. This isn't necessary, but to make it black warheads detonate in the air, this will basically make ships make the shells explode in midair to be ready to set up. So now, auto loaders. Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. So, I'm just gonna cut that out. So, I'm not used to all of this. I'm in the dev test version right now. So, there's some stuff in here that is new even to, like, me. So, I'm not sure how these ammo ejectors work, so I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. So, now we need ammo clips. I'll just do a 2-liter one and attach it onto here. And there we go. Connected. There we go. Then right here I will put on an ammo input feeder. This will allow me to feed shells into the cannon basically. And then I will do the same thing on the back of this. Input feeder. There we go. And then this I will just leave how it is for right now. Maybe put on some metal blocks to keep it from immediately getting shot off, because that would be bad. There we go. Just gonna surround this in metal. Alright. I'm not gonna bother with making it pretty in this episode, because right now I just need it to be functional and to not immediately blow up, because that would be bad. So there we go. Here's our pretty little metal box, and boom. I'll slap this down on top. Perfect. Not really. This thing's probably gonna starve my ship of ammo. That's okay. Or the fortress anyway. So now I'm going to go over here, Advanced Cannons, Ammo Controller. Gonna slap that down, put on Ammo Customizers, flip that upside down. So we are going to use Shell Nose, a hollow point head. Shell rear, we're going to put on a base bleeder so that it goes a little faster. We are going to put in a altitude fuse, or actually no, we're going to put in a timed fuse. And the timed fuse will basically, the laser designator will estimate how much time it will take the shell to reach the target, and then when that timer expires it will blow up. So if we miss the plane by a little bit, it won't completely mess us up. So then we are going to put on flak warheads, and that should be good. So with our current shell gauge, we should do about 182 flak damage with a radius of 14 meters, and expected kinetic damage 328, but we're not worried about that. Armor pierce, not worried about that. Alright, let's get this loaded up into our cannon. Hollow point head nose, there we go. Now our shells are loading into our clips in here. I'll give that a little bit of time, and then we should be able to fight, basically. I'll put another piece of armor or metal onto here just to protect this magazine a little bit more. I know it's not pretty, I will worry about that in the next episode. And let's see, how much time do we have left? Okay, I've already gone over 26 minutes, so I'm just going to really quick slap down an AI onto this to control our little missile turret. So AI local weapon controller. Just slap it down right here. Just slap it down. There we go. Metal block. Put an AI mainframe under it, so we'll get rid of that. Put an AI mainframe upside down, because, you know, why not? Get rid of that. So, left right card slot. Naval AI, so that the ship can move around. And target prioritization, so that it can shoot at enemies. There we go. Now, it doesn't have any fuel, or actually it does, it just doesn't want to move because we are not in combat. So, alright. At the moment, we are pretty good. Let's check this missile setup real quick. Short range thruster, fuel tanks, fins, explosive warhead, and IR seeker. For the time being, that will work. In the next episode, I'm worried we might see some combat, which is more entertaining than watching me sit here and build, but it will be dangerous because we're not very well protected right now. Let me put a Omni mantlet on here so that it can at least aim a little bit. There we go. Alright guys, I think this is going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you actually made it to the end of the video, say like turtle or something into the comments, and thank you for watching. This has been Return of